How's it going, everybody? Welcome to OP Entertainment. I'm Omar Darwish.
And I'm Pratik Cherian.
And this is our review of Wicked for Good. We're going to go
Yep.
spoiler-free on this. It's directed by John Cho.
Starring all the people from
all
the
the people
first
from
one.
the first one. Ariana Grande, Cynthia
Yeah.
Erivo.
Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah.
Other people. Yeah.
All the music you know and love, right?
Kinda. Omar, you're not the target demographic for this movie.
You don't say.
But what'd you think?
Okay, I wasn't a target demographic for the first movie either, and I came out of that one pleasantly surprised. I
Yeah.
really liked that movie. It's probably one of the best movies that came out that year. Last year? 2 years ago?
Last
Either way.
year,
Last
yeah.
year. Wow, so sudden. This one I thought was not as good. It wasn't as captivating for me. I didn't think the music was as good, but overall, I'll say this: it felt more like fan fiction than the first Wicked did. But it did a couple things better for me. I liked how it tied in this world to the Wizard of Oz world for me. I think some people might not like what it did, but I did. The performances were all good. Like I said, the music wasn't as good. The cinematography is kind of what you come for, and like the set design, and just like the fact that they planted 1 billion flowers in it, you could tell. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Traditionally, everyone says that the second half of the Wicked play is the weaker half, and I think that you feel it.
I always say that.
You
personally.
yes, you noted fan of musicals always says that. But no, I think you kind of feel that here.
Yeah.
The thing that everyone was worried about was like, hey, all the good songs like you used in Wicked in the first
Yeah.
one. And so yeah, like the songs are not as good here.
There's like one really good song, I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, I don't know. It's just one where it's hard not to compare it to the first one, and that's a very natural comparison, but also kind of a really unfair
Well, it came out
comparison.
last year, and
Yeah.
it's the first part.
And it's a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like I said, it's natural, but it's kind of unfair because it's not as good as that one.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to
But do you know what this movie has going for it?
Yeah.
Like the first one kind of warmed me up to this one. Like I wasn't looking forward to Wicked or Wicked 2, and like
True.
the first one I was like, oh, maybe I do care about the Wizard of Oz world more than I like thought I did. And I don't know, I was intrigued, and I said this off camera, but this one felt like the story, while it wasn't as captivating, because I didn't know what was gonna happen, I was just curious, like more curious as to what was gonna happen from scene to scene. So
Yeah.
so that it has that.
and how it like interacts with the story that you do know,
Yeah.
because that's kind of no, that's totally fair. And again, I think I would also say from a like a technical standpoint, it's very consistent with
Yeah.
with the other one. Like, the set design, the acting, the the costume design, all that.
It's almost hard to be bored. No, this movie will try to get you to be bored sometimes. It's almost hard to be bored because there's so much to look around at, like an ooh and ah at. But I said this about, what movie was it? We just reviewed Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, and I said something about the set design and like everything.
Yeah.
It just feels a little too like fake and like
Yeah.
it's a little too Hollywood. This movie is the embodiment of that, but it's also like kind of what this franchise, these two movies it's going for, it seemingly. So like it's hard to be like, oh, that's a gripe. It's also hard to like, I don't know, for me to fully invest myself in something that's so polished.
Yeah.
Like it even hurt Frankenstein, which like would have been one of my favorite movies, otherwise. So,
Yeah.
go on.
I think this is a hard movie because like there's a lot of things that I could criticize if I wanted to, but it's kind of hard to like I don't really want to. And again, like I understand it's working with the weaker part of the source material. So like
Yeah.
it's kind of hard for me to hold it against it too much.
That's kind of how I felt going into the first one, but the first one was so good. I was like, oh, I could critique this, but there's not much to critique. This, I feel like, oh, I wasn't expecting to like, I don't know, not want to critique it
Okay.
like this. Like,
I think
are we dealing with this with kid gloves because we're not the demographic, or what do you think?
Not that we're dealing with it with kid gloves necessarily, but I think we recognize that there's some weaknesses when it comes to like when you're adapting something. Sometimes you're only as good as the thing you're adapting, and like
And there's nothing like offensively bad, right?
Yeah,
Where it's like we have to point out.
yeah, it's hard for me to be like because like all my complaints have to do with like story structure and the songs not being as good as the first one. But like, oh man, the songs were not as good as some of the like best songs from musicals. That's
Yeah.
a hard thing to be like, yeah.
I mean, because it's technically done so well. There are a few things like I was mentioning this off camera also, that it felt like there's some character motivations that were questionable for me at points where I'm like, oh, why would they do that when like it seems like this is what they want most? But
there
okay,
were times
sure,
where I
sure,
was like, I kind of need a chart to like write down why everyone's doing what they're doing.
But then it goes into the next scene or the scene after that, and you're like, oh, okay, so they needed them to be in this position for it's just they're just moving the chess pieces around, and sometimes it feels like they're doing that rather than the story naturally progressing how it should. But like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I don't know.
Here's the question that kept coming to mind for me as I was watching this was, did we need this to be 2 movies, or could we have done this as one? So, because I think if we had done this as one, I think I would have really liked it.
I think that my issue though with like the character motivations kind of like and like little pivots would stand out much more though if this was one movie, because I'd be like nothing had enough time to at least I can say in my head, oh, maybe this person has had some time to sit with this since the last movie or whatever. I don't know. But and if it was just all happening in one movie, I think it might have been too much for one movie, but that is the play, right? So but the play's probably very long, right? And split into there's an intermission at least, right?
Well, but again, the play is like as long as the first movie was.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I kind of there's a part of me that I think what would have happened if we had got this all as one movie, it would have been one of those things where we're sitting here to review it and been like, man, the first half was great, but then after that it was just kind of
I mean, I'll say this for like if this is like what you said and they were stretching this into 2 parts, it didn't feel like they were meandering for very much of this movie, if any. Like I was there for it, you know.
Yeah. And I guess that's the thing is like I was here for it, even though I thought there were long stretches where it felt like there were like characters weren't actually doing anything, or were talking about what they were going to do but not actually doing anything.
By the time I found myself like kind of looking at my watch, and I did look at my watch, but by the time I was looking at my watch, I also kind of was looking back up at the screen and thinking, when are we gonna get this again? Like this might be the last time that I don't know if they're gonna do a Wicked 3 or 4 or 5 because there's no precedent for it, but this might be the last time we get this, and like it is kind of like, in no other place but Hollywood are we gonna get like this kind of thing, right? And it's hard. It's kind of hard to explain like the Hollywood magic in this kind of era.
There are definitely times where it's just like I feel like I'm watching a Hollywood classic.
Yeah,
like, this is
for sure.
Like as much as it's new technology and it's CGI and whatever else, there's times where it just feels like old school Hollywood.
It's a love letter in the best ways, and it's not like making fun of. But I mean, there are some jokes at the original's expense, which I'll save for people. But
all right, you want to score it? I feel like we've said what we want to say.
This is very tough to score because I feel like I haven't said enough negative on it to give it as negative of a score that I'm prepared to give it. I'm thinking like, just because it didn't do anything like great for me, I'm thinking like 7.
That's
7
exactly
is just like
where
how I feel coming out of it, but like I don't know, it feels harsh for some reason. Like I don't know if I said enough to warrant a 7. It's just some character motivations were in question. It's a little too polished for me. The music wasn't as good, and but
I'm right there with you on a 7. I think 7 is the right score. It's good. It's technically well made. There's a lot of things to like about it. There's a certain demographic and certain people that are just going to love it.
Our theater was going nuts.
yeah,
crying at all the right moments, laughing at all the right moments.
Exactly. Like this will definitely, for some people, this will hit all the beats that they wanted to
if
hit.
you're a Wicked fan, you're gonna love this.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have just started with that.
Probably should have. But I don't know. I just thought there's a lot of weakness inherent in the movie that it's just not as good as the first one, which is not necessarily a knock.
Do you think it's like so below the first one that if you're doing a Wicked rewatch, you'll just watch the first one, you won't watch this one? For
me personally, I think I would.
I feel like this one actually had some of the best stuff in there, but it's not a better movie by any stretch. So I think that this does make it a good like 1-2 punch. So, yeah,
that's fair. All right, let's take us out. What are we doing next week?
So next week we have. I actually don't know. We have Knives Out. We have Dead Man Tell. What's it called?
Wake Up Dead Man. Aren't you the one who was like so mad at them calling them Knives Out movies? And then look at you. This is why they did it.
Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out, a Star Wars story, whatever they're calling them. See you guys next week.
Yeah.